I want to clear this up that I did honor what she wanted, and we did have conversations outside of other entities and other things. I want people to understand that I did honor her in reference to I gave her one viewing. The viewing I gave was just for the private parties, the private individuals in the family to whom she wanted to be there. And I opened it up and I had a list. People used the narrative. I want to say that they said that my father-in-law couldn't get in. Let me clear this up.
What's up, everybody? Those that are coming on, got my man Kevin Surratt in the house. You to come on the show, chop it up. You know, we got a lot of things in common, man. But you know, I said, well, you know, since I'm gonna have him on the show, I might as well, you know, go back and check my man out. And you know, because I never really, I'm not a reality show person, you know. But I just wanted to be like, okay, up the speed on, you know, with some of the moves he make, because I would catch him on Fox 5, him and Traci, when they would be on Fox 5. And for those that don't know, Traci Braxton, bless her soul, and our condolences once again.
Appreciate that.
On there, and I believe coming up on March 12th for March. That, yeah,
2022,
yes, sir, yes, sir.
That's what's up, man.
So, you know, a lot of things, you know, because she was a person dear to my heart. Because the one thing about her, and I can tell you, you know, a couple stories. Traci had back in the day worked. I ran a transportation company for a gentleman by the name of Bye Tutu, Life Stride, and then I helped him open up and created Life Stride Transportation, and Traci came on as a dispatcher. And you know, this is at a time, you know, in life, because life happens to each and every one of us. You know, she, you know, getting a regular job, and you know, and your best friend was Mojo, Yakeem, and she came on board and dispatching for us. And man, I had the largest contract for the District of Columbia. And I worked for Life Stride, but then I left Life Stride and became the vice president of Logisticare and MTM Transportation. And so Life Stride was one of my contractors, and Traci was a dispatcher for Life Stride. And so I would have to call, you know, when a vehicle was running late, I would call Traci. Traci, she dispatching now. I need to know where this vehicle is, right? And Traci had that little raspy voice, right? Well, hold on, I gotta call you back. And I'm like, no, I don't need you to call me back. I need to know something right now, right? And Traci went in panic mode, man. She went in panic mode, boy.
Yeah, put my baby in price.
Man, look, brother. And that's why I said, we were talking earlier, I said, man, did she used to come home and cuss me out by any chance? But you know, one thing about, you know, when you're dealing with Medicaid transportation and medical transportation, you got to get people where they need to go. And so, you know, I was a little high strung there.
I mean, the thing about it, Chris, I mean, honestly, and I actually didn't want her to do that, right?
Right.
And this is just a plug that people didn't know about her. Mm-hmm. You know, I heard, you know, there are people that talk about she took on this, she took on that, and during that time, you know, we were going through one of our struggles, man. And she took that job on, man, to complement the struggle and the journey that we was on, man. And again, I didn't want her to do it.
Right.
Because I, you know, we started off in the mental health field together when I met her, right? So when she took on that job working for that facility, they assured me that they was going to take care of me. Mm-hmm. But I got a story for you, man. What and since you bring it up, I didn't want her there. Yeah. I was working at a school. I remember that. I was working for the Department of Youth Services, a contractor doing groups. And I had another little part-time gig, man. And I told her, look, we're going to get through this storm, right? She was like, nah, you going to ease up on this, that, and the other, and I'm going to take this on. And so she took it on. Now, with that, there was an incident that took place. And this is my final straw, right? I was like, man, this is it, man. So the bottom line is there was a robbery that took place, an inside job, and they literally robbing the owner who walked around with a bag of money all the time.
Oh my God.
And they pistol whooping them, and she called me on the phone. I'm at work, and she said they robbing Baba in the facility, and I'm like, what? So I shoot up there. Luckily, I was like 3 miles at the most away.
Yeah.
Shot up there. Of course, the incident was, dissolved by then, man. But the bottom line is she was there to do what she had to do, but she went through the mix of things.
Oh, yeah.
That people sometimes don't understand her heart, man. She would take on stuff and run with it.
Yeah.
And I look at things and I say, man, you don't know no one's story till you know their story.
Yeah.
And this was a part of our journey, man. And people see that reality show, they see them singing on stage, and she jumped in and did her thing, man. And it wasn't wanted, you know what I mean? But she did it because she wanted to help the journey, man. And so all I can say is, man, when you in a relationship, just understand how to compliment that journey God has provided y'all with.
And and I know probably a lot of people wouldn't know this, and I'm gonna tell you how I know this because she told me this. I remember when, and I believe Toni Braxton was in Las Vegas, might have been at this time. She had a residency, right? That's right. And I know her younger son at the time.
Oh, Tony's son.
Tony's son, right. Her younger son at the time, I believe, was autistic or something.
Yes.
So she, and Tony got sick.
Yeah.
And so they wanted her to come out there to take care, to help out.
That's right.
I mean, so am I telling the truth?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So and that was her heart because that's the way she was. And that's the way she was built.
Well, she knew we was in that field. Tony was unfamiliar with autism at the time.
Gotcha.
So I was working in the facility, and I had a kid that I had taken on. He had Asperger's. So I explained to Tony the beautiful thing with someone who has a condition of that type, and I told her she was in position, is you pour into that situation to the best of your ability. See, people don't realize Congress members, Senate, all them type of folks, a lot of them are artistic.
Right.
Because they had that, what's my man's name, The Beautiful Mind, that movie.
I know
that
exactly.
movie, so it'll come to me in a minute. Yeah. But anyway, all you gotta do is pour into them. And thank God, man, right now, Diesel, man, he's a senior at a HBCU here in the district, man, and
really?
He's doing his thing, man. He chose that school, so I really give Tony kudos. She poured into him and made sure he got what he needed to be the successful man that he is right now. And I love it, man. That's what it's about, man. Making sure family is good, man.
So, man, I among other things, I said, well, I'm gonna have you on, and I started binge watching the show until I couldn't watch it no more. Okay, and and so I went back to the first season, and and it's like when they were doing the little introductions, and they had Traci like giving labels to everybody to wannabe. I'm like, nah, hell no, Traci wasn't no damn wannabe.
She went through that, man, and it hurt her, man. See, what people didn't realize, Chris, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I was a sounding board.
Gotcha.
So one thing that happened with myself and Traci when she didn't have other resources to talk to, of course I'm the husband, so that's the way it is. Right. She would talk to me about stuff. Right. You know what I mean? So I really look at that situation, and yes, I do know a lot of stuff about the family because she poured into me. And they're speaking on things right now in reference to it, and that's fine, man. Everybody had their narrative about whatever they want to have, and I just wanted to let everybody know, man, that our marriage was successful, and we did it until death did us part. There's nothing else,
brother. And so, which brings me to this sad point of, so I don't know, I don't think it was a season opener. It was probably like the second or third segment. And I think little Kevin was at the dinner table when they came in with the, and that put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm speaking on behalf of me, because I got the freedom to watch what I want to watch, and I'm speaking on what I saw, and then I'm speaking on based on knowing this brother right here. But why are they trying to peg you as a bad dude?
Well, I mean, you got to
and again, you don't have to answer no question here, but bro, I'm
selected. I'm selected. Don't get it twisted. But
that thing left a bad taste in my mouth.
You know,
man.
you being,
Yeah.
brother, we meeting part on certain levels, man. But
yeah.
I want you to understand, man, that one thing I'm comfortable with, I poured into my son like no other man has poured into me. And of course, there's always valleys and peaks, you know what I mean? And you learning as you go, and I get that. But one thing we had with a lot of people don't have or get that opportunity is we had a marriage.
Yeah.
We had an institution that was ordained by God, and we stood in it, you know what I mean, to the best of our ability. So in that situation, we raised a child, and with us raising that child, it has come to a point. And you know, my son wasn't really in the brand like that.
Right.
He really wasn't. And I say this, man, if this is giving him what he needs to be the man that he needs to be moving forward, because he's been through something.
Right.
He lost his mother. I haven't lost my mother yet. He lost his wife. They divorced.
Oh, man.
You know, I don't know if I told you that, man. No, so he went through a divorce. He went through some marital vices and superfluities. I put it that way. And in that, he's going to grow into the man that he really is supposed to be. And I understand how, you know, people, you know, want to be there for him or claim to be there for him. And that's cool because he never had it. So now he has it. And with that, they have an attachment to the brand, her brand, Traci's brand. So all I'm going to say is I'm going to continue to be there for my son. We go to court on Wednesday, as we were last Friday in court. I'll be there with him this Wednesday in court, like I've always been.
Right.
So no one's coming to these type of situations for him. I'm his father. I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And so people can say whatever they want to say. They can promote whatever they want to promote. That's fine, man.
Well, you know, man, with things, people do stuff for ratings, and I know this. One of our viewers, Margaret Moore, she says support gets me that I don't get why. He's trying to paint him as a bad person. I just stopped looking at it because I don't know. I'm upset about it because it's wrong, and Traci wouldn't want it. You know what they're doing, and I know you're gonna speak on that, but knowing Traci, I know that's not what she wanted.
Well,
would have wanted.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, brother. I mean, honestly, you know, when you know Traci, you know what she would and would not want. There's a lot of narratives that are being driven out there that this is what she wants. One thing I hate right now, and I'm hearing this so much, is that this is what Traci said. Like, she didn't talk to me.
Right.
I went to all her doctor's appointments. Every time she stayed in the hospital, I was the only one that had to could stay in the hospital with her. You know what I mean? This was during COVID. So it was crazy. But I do feel that I need to say this, that I want to say she had what she's never had in our marriage. And that was our relationship, I'm going to say. That was 30 years. She had what she needed to live in a space that she was absorbing at that time. And so I will always say the family came together. They was there. They were back. If they had to leave, they would come back. They was there. I made sure everyone was notified as soon as we found out she had cancer. Traci didn't want to. I said, Traci, you're going to need the support. You're going to need this. And it's important that we have everybody involved to support you through this process. And this is what I haven't talked about. I made the call to get a Zoom call in place so everybody can understand what's going on with my wife. And we did that. And in that conversation, everybody was team support Traci. And that's all I'm going to go by. However it looked, whatever we went through during that time, thank God I had people to support me as I watched her go through. And, you know, I didn't know there was documentaries or whatever going on. I didn't know that stuff was being filmed. But Traci actually wanted to film during the first phase of her finding out. And it was just a challenge. A lot of people wanted more money. A lot of people wanted this. And so with that challenge, you know, her and I talked.
Right.
And I said, Traci, if it's going to stress you out, you don't need to do it. But she wanted to show this, because one thing about her, I don't know if y'all remember, she had that below the waist, and I don't know how she described it. She had a unique way of describing things. The below the waist, you know, cancer. She walked in the marathon. She did some things to support it.
Yeah.
But she was a big advocate of making sure you were aware of your body.
Yeah.
And she made me go to the doctor more than ever. I got a physical on the 12th, matter of fact.
Yeah.
And that's in 3 days. And it's because she made sure I got my stuff taken care of like I should. And so all I can say is I'm going to remember the goodness. I'm going to remember all the things that she put out once she got her platform as strong as she could. Because like you say, when she's working for that transportation company, she didn't have a platform.
Right.
Wasn't nobody looking for her. You know what I mean? And she had did a United States tour twice, a European tour several times. And yeah, she just was making sure she had built a platform.
And during that time, I mean, she did what she had to do, and I remember this because I remember when she told me about the show being in the works at the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this is probably about 2007.
That's right. That's right. You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't forget too much now.
It was 11 years into our marriage.
And what's funny is you know, if you say something or tell it, you know, that you know what come out of other people's mouth. Yeah, everybody know Traci. You don't know it like that. No, you're right. I ain't know it like that. I know the conversations we had though. Yeah. So I ain't have to know it like that. But I knew him like that, and then I got to know her like that. But man, you know what amazed me? I saw y'all together just about all the time. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you know now Traci, can she? So Traci indulged a little in the Leaf.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she indulged in the Leaf.
And she rode motorcycles.
Yeah, she rode motorcycles.
And she carried a pistol.
Hey, Traci was gangster now. I'm gonna tell you. But man, now let me ask you this: Traci cook?
What?
Yeah, I okay. What? So Traci was supposed to.
Hey, look, it was a nerd that put out there. But she like cooking curry. She ain't cook no curry. She ain't like no curry nothing. I used to beg her to make some curry. So I'm gonna clean that up real fast. She ain't do no curry nothing in our household. But everything else, man, the turkey wings.
Traci was supposed to make. Traci was supposed to make me some turkey wings and a pot of greens.
Oh wow, man, that's a thing. Them oxtails.
Yeah,
Bruh.
Yeah, when they were cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, hey, know what's funny? I never knew how much they cost.
Yeah, man.
Man, when I found out how much them oxtails cost, and she getting 4 and 5 packs, that's $20, $30 a pack. I never knew that. But she would cook, man.
She would cook like nobody's business, bro.
Yeah, it was real, bro.
Yeah, and you know, I thought she was Miss Prissy, this, that, and the other. No, I had the wrong Traci. Because Traci would get down with the best of them, baby. Yes, sir. and would tell you, get your toad.
That's right. But you know, honestly, in 1993-4, they were down in Georgia. It was 93, matter of fact, and they were practicing to go on tour with Frankie Beverly and Mays to be Tony's backup singers, right? So I flew down to Georgia. It was Easter.
Yeah.
And I fly down there, man, and she said, we doing an Easter dinner, blah, blah, blah. Usher even came through. But they was with Arista Records, and so some of the people came through. They cooked this big spread, and bruh, I was like, "Oh, you can cook,
man."
Mind you, I'm dating her, and I'm saying I ain't even realized this. Yeah. So it was mac and cheese.
Yeah.
It was the spread, the fried chicken wings, everything. That was her specialty too, bruh. I called my jeweler. I said, "Look, when I get back, I need to find a ring." And that was Easter, so that was about April because it was close to her birthday.
Yeah.
I said, man, this one right here, I can't let go. By December, shoot, I was on my knees in the bathroom of the Four Seasons Hotel in New York before they went on to perform for Tony.
Wow.
I was like, this is it, bro. Yeah. I'm locked in.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, cooking did it, bro.
Yeah. J. Ferg, because I can't hog all this. What you got to add to this, man?
Oxtails are very expensive.
Of all this content,
Hey, bruh, I didn't know that.
He from the islands, by the way.
Okay.
I deal with Salad Brothers, and this is a Salad Brother right here, and you know, everybody has a story to tell. But I'm gonna tell you this: I saw a post that he made probably sometime yesterday about, you know, hey, I love my in-laws, and that's coming, and that's real talk from a real man. You know, and the perspective and how he puts things, because the man has no malice, no hate, no discontent, and for the most part remains silent about a whole lot. But there's only so much a person can take. There's only so much a person can tolerate before you poke the sleeping bear. And that's not even what this show is about. And he's not trying to use this format for anything or any vindication for nothing. But sometimes you just got to set records straight. And so, you know, with that being said, man, you know, I appreciate you definitely coming on. You know, we can, you know, we don't have to, you know, keep harping on this, but we know. I just enjoy the fact that, one, you know, you're a cigar smoker, you know, and he's enjoying, you know, a great cigar, smoking good open sex. I'm smoking on my Amazon Basin, and we out here, we just chilling, we drinking some good libations, just having a good time, because, you know, I know the way Traci lived life, in terms of just, Traci was the life of a party.
Well, I want to say this, Chris.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say this, big guy, and I appreciate you saying that, because what I've always said, even when we had the services for her, one thing I didn't do was I want to clear this up, that I did honor what she wanted, and you know, we did have conversations outside of other entities and other things, and I understand there was things that were written, so that's cool. Respect was given.
Oh, yeah.
But one thing I do is I knew my baby. I knew her like I knew almost myself. Matter of fact, because like when she departed, I felt like part of me left. But with saying all that, I'm saying this. I want people to understand that I did honor her in reference to, I gave her one viewing. The viewing I gave was just for the private parties, the private individuals in the family to whom she wanted to be there. And I opened it up and I had a list. People used the narrative, I want to say, that they said that my father-in-law couldn't get in. Let me clear this up. That funeral home, my father-in-law went to many services there. And I'm going to say this. His mother, his father, sister, brother, all these individuals went through that same funeral home in Baltimore. Traci made sure she connected to them, even when I didn't want her to, because I wanted her to finish going through the process of us making sure we exhausted everything. Georgetown was the primary hospital. The Cancer Institute of America, I was working with them to get her to go down there. I wanted to exhaust everything that we had. John Hopkins, on and on and on. What I'm saying in a nutshell is this. Everybody can say what they want to say, believe what they want to believe, and that's cool. I don't have no problem with that. And I did say the other day that I love my in-laws, as I do. Because what I got from them helped me become the man that I am today. And I want that to be understood. My father-in-law, I remember his first sermon I went to. And I loved him from that day on. My mother-in-law, I watched how she poured into that family to the best of her ability to give them the light that they had, respect. And that's what drew me to that family. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to speak on what me and Traci went through at the right time. And all I'm saying in a nutshell is, I know who she was. I spent more time with her more than anybody on this earth. Anybody. And with her, you know, doing the things the way she did it, I understood the legacy that she wanted to put out there. And that's cool. all I want everybody to understand is I knew my wife.
How long was that marriage?
The marriage was 26 years. We were together 29 and some change.
You don't get through 26 years of anything in this day and time unless you really love each other. And I say that because, one, there are some things in marriages today that people just run from.
Yeah.
And the first thing and the first person, they run to the lawyer before they run to a counselor.
That's right.
They run to a lawyer or friends before they run to the preacher.
That's right.
For counseling or anything. And 26, people don't stay in something that they're tired of. They stay in something that they're committed to. And so, you know, kudos, my brother, because let me tell you, this is my third time around, and I ain't got 26 under my belt, probably all of them put together. You know what I mean? Because you know, cause I know I can be reckoned with. You know, and hey, brother, I appreciate it, man, because that's just facts. It's true.
Yeah.
You know, and the one thing about it, the Bible says a man shall cleave to,
yes,
and a woman shall cleave to, not the in-laws, they become intertwined, one flesh. And I believe that was committed in the sense of one flesh.
Hold up.
Yes, sir.
We seen
Yes,
that
sir.
couples,
Uh-uh.
therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
He's
on,
live on his page of
we
format
seen
as well.
that couples
So he's looking at something,
therapy
but you know,
show you ain't right. Okay.
Well, you know,
Let me tell you about, and it's called Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars.
I remember that.
So, let me see. Chris Chili by 147. Okay, that's cool. That's on my page, y'all.
Okay.
All right, since you're jumping out there, I'm going to go ahead and holler at you. All right, this is what it's about. First of all, I want to know how long you was married, first and foremost, all right?
That's with somebody on your
Yeah, somebody on my page. All right, so what I would look at, before I even entertain people in reference to a marriage, I want to know if you've been through a situation of that type. That's the ground floor of this, right? So what me and Traci talk about is, I'm not going to entertain people who haven't been through this level of living, all right, in a marriage for decades, all right? That's one. So Marriage Boot Camp, how we got on there, let me tell you how we got on Marriage Boot Camp. We got on Marriage Boot Camp by way of they saying that I had an illegitimate child. All right. So the illegitimate child was a child who was hanging out with me at my favorite spot besides the cigar lounge or my clubhouse, Starbucks. So that child was my grandson. So there was my daughter from my first marriage, my grandson was hanging out with me at Starbucks, and we doing our venti hazelnut chais.
Right.
With whip. So he got a little sugar in his system. He was young. I think he was 3.
Right.
And you know, he hype. He going through, he doing his thing. I'm letting him flow. So this young girl go on Twitter and say she see me in Starbucks with a child. So I'm with that child, which is my grandson from my, again, first marriage, my daughter.
Right.
And it went from there. So this story was put together, and I'm gonna kind of elaborate on this at another time, from an individual, or individuals with an S, that are still trying to drive this narrative or whatever. And one thing I want to say is this. Me and Traci laughed at this together. She called me up. I went to the office, and we had a conversation. The conversation consisted of, look, this is what's going on. But Marriage Boot Camp, which was on the same network they were on, want us to come on there because they saying you got a child on the side. Excuse my French. I said, fuck it. Let's do what we do.
Right.
Fuck it. If this is what they want, so be it.
Right.
And so I never forget when the driver picked us up to take us to the airport to go to California to do the show. Traci was upset with me because I was like, "Look, we gonna tell her like it is. Fuck all that." She was like, "Nah, we gonna go on there. we're gonna do what we do, blah blah blah. We ain't gonna. I said, all right, I'm gonna roll with it, but I'm telling you. And so, of course, we got on there. One thing about those shows, they're gonna give you everything you want. If you want, I'm gonna teach my DC people.
Yeah.
If you want love boats, you might get some love boat. Disclaimer. I'm just throwing that out there. Weed or whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted Hennessy White. So, of course, at that time, you couldn't get it in the States. So I just think, I'm throwing out things just to catch it.
Yeah,
so
we'll get back to that Hennessy White.
Okay, we get back to that.
Yeah.
My point is, the show came off of somebody's, I see you, what you say? I see you, Miss Groovy. Yeah, you on point. So I'm saying it happened. And it happens in, relationships on different levels. All my married couples, man, y'all know what happens in relationships, man. So what I want people to understand is how you and that person that you're committed to embrace it and rumble with it. We rumble to the best of our abilities. Man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit up and say we did we made the right decisions. We did the best. We was on there. She talked about spending. She talked about this. I talked about that. We talked about all types of shit. And so with that, it was what it was. We were young. We were trying to figure out our way. We were still young in our marriage at the time. That was 2014, I want to say. So at that time, we was like 10, 12 years into our marriage, what have you, whatever. And so it happened, man. So I don't get upset with people with how they see or perceive things, because until you live in it, because most people that live in it don't speak on it like a lot of people do. They don't. They just don't.
From my experience, man, when people look at something from a distance, they'll take it and put their own spin on it. And when they put their own spin on it, they'll put their spin on it with somebody else. Then somebody else is going to put their spin on it with this, that, and the other. And then before you know it, you got 5 or 6 different stories based off of one incident. None of them possibly are true, and every version has its own part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4.
Yeah.
So again, Mr. Whoever, what is his name?
They gone now.
Probably. Because I'm gonna tell you how I am. I invite you on the show. Come on live. I'll send you the link. Come on, show yourself. Reveal yourself. It is what it is.
Right. And I'm open, y'all. And again, let me say this. I love people and meet people where they at. I really do. And all I'm going to say is this. Live in it, love on it, and believe in it when you're in a marriage. And that's just the bottom line. And protect it. Protect it. I said something on a show that I was on some time ago. I said, we tend to sometimes let the wrong people in our space. And when we do that, that's our fault. So I don't have a problem with individuals, looking at things however they perceive it, because we all have a journey in life. And as God is my witness, and I know I'm sitting up here smoking and drinking, but I'm a God-fearing man. And I want y'all to understand something. If you do not recognize it at the level that it should be recognized, just work on you. Work on you. And don't come for me, because I lived it. And that's real.
Basically, shut the hell up.
That's what it is.
Man, speaking of that, we all of us got our vices.
Yes.
Things we go through in life. But you're aspiring something, and that's definitely a closer walk we got.
Yeah, man. Traci made me promise something, Chris. She made me promise something, bro. And this is what she made me promise. She made me promise, since people had conversations, but one conversation we had, keep giving back to the community the way we've done it. Give back, give back, give back. And I know why, I had a contract, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this. I had a contract to go on the show. I was signed. I was supposed to go on the show. Hands down. And I got a call from the producer doing my lodge meet. You know, I sit outside the door so I can answer my phone. You know what I mean? So he called me because from the lodge meeting, I was supposed to go to the particular shoot, and basically he said it's a no-go, Captain. You know, they said that you know, they don't want you on the show. Well, my wife was never an executive producer. She was a co-producer. So I got to go with the execs of the show. And the producer have to also. And the network has to also.
Have you ever thought about you might have messed up their ratings?
Oh wow.
By telling the truth?
I'm
just saying.
Oh shit.
That's just my 2 cents, man.
Oh no, I ain't my guy. I want everybody to win, man. That's not my.
I get it.
That's not my aim, bro.
No.
Everybody gotta eat, man.
No, here's what I'm saying. Because, you know, like you said, so they ain't want you on. And certain people probably ain't want you on because, you know, not everybody want truth revealed.
Okay.
Truth holds power.
Well, I go back to this.
Yeah.
Like, say, for example, curry. Traci ain't know how to make no curry.
Right.
That was put out there, man.
Yeah.
Traci, she ain't like no curry.
Yeah.
I mean, I love curry, right?
Yeah.
She ain't Traci be like, I ain't
Making
that shit.
She can cook some curry, right?
Nah.
But like I said before I knew when Traci talked about this. Oh, because we were talking about some greens. Because I told her, I make the better. No, Traci said, no, you ain't gonna make no greens better than me.
I ain't had no greens yet. They could touch hers. I'm sorry, and Ma, don't charge with my heart. My mother, I don't want her to know that, but my baby made some of the best greens in the world.
Man, sure look. Man, look here, man. Jay Berg, I know you sitting up there looking bored, brother, but you know. I was
gonna ask a question. I was gonna ask him a question.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Come on, brother.
So going into the reality show world, right?
Uh-huh.
Were you concerned about the effects it would have on your marriage?
Yes. Yes, sir. Look, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of people don't survive it.
Whew.
A lot of people, they just don't survive. Because this is my take on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just my perspective. I don't know if it's reality or what, but if you just getting into that world where you're like getting that limelight, that glory. See, we had done it already. We, you know, American Music Awards, Soul Train Awards. We had lived in a space, you know, shows. They toured with this person. So I had been around these different type of venues, and I knew where to fall back, where to, you know, say, hey, I understood what I was, the brand. It was a brand that I was connected to. And I knew that. Shit, Surratt ain't a brand. You know, we got old redneck people, you know, they got Surratts up here, right? But they were slave owners, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that brand was a brand that I respect, that I understood. And as time, you know, went with it, I understood that, you know, hey, that's the star, that's the light. And you just complimenting that. You know what I mean? So if you go into the reality world thinking you become the shit, you gonna become some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what people miss sometimes in that. I understand, but the cameras will do it to you, brother. No bull. They'll make you feel like, hey man, shit, I have arrived. I got 20,000 followers and blah blah blah. But nah, we knew how to balance it, man. You know, when that car picked us up in front of our house and took us to the airport, and they catered to us, we flying first class, we doing all this, we knew how to adjust to that. And that's what we talked about in our individual time. You know, we talked about, you know, move like this, move like that, understand this, understand that. Know when and know when not. I missed a lot of opportunities of taking pictures of people or being in pictures with people because I fell back, man. Because that was her stage. That wasn't my stage.
That's humility at its best.
Yeah, and that's real, bro. And to the day.
Yeah.
To the day. You know what I'm saying? When they said I couldn't be on that show, respect. Respect. I didn't agree with it, but I respected it.
If given the opportunity, would you go on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I got a question too.
Yes, sir.
Was reality?
Oh.
I always wondered.
You know, a house.
Reality.
I had the same question for him, right?
Okay.
But the question was offline, you know, because I I was like, okay, you know, how much is this?
Sometimes the shows just don't seem like it's reality, even though say it's reality TV, because they can cut and clip things out,
Yeah.
put things, you know. So I always wanted to ask somebody,
Well,
is reality?
Kevin, go
So
ahead.
okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this, big dog. This how I always saw it. Okay. People used to ask me before reality TV, before they even came close to doing a movie on them, all that. They used to be asked. They say, "Hey, bro, how's it being married to a Braxton? How's this? How's that?" I would say, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It'd take a TV show. You know, reality TV wasn't even around. A movie, I would say TV show, movie, something like that. I can't explain it, man. I was in it, and I couldn't explain it. So, the reality, I would say 85% of it was truly reality, because they moved in a special place, man, as a unit, as a family, as a whole. And before me, they were already groomed to move in that space. And I had to respect that. So that 85% that was showed to the masses, I mean, it was definitely them, man. It was definitely them. Now I could see how some of them would go. Say that again?
I was saying, because if P. Diddy would have told me to go walk 7 blocks to go get cheesecake,
Hey, man.
Hey, house. Put that. Speaking of that, man,
What's up, man?
Cut your hair, man.
So my locks, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, speaking of that, yeah, Chris, that's a good segue, man. So a lot of people didn't know, man, when Traci was going through her process, she actually had started growing her locks, man. And you know, she had a lot of wigs, man. So she even had names for the motherfuckers, man. She named them motherfucking wigs, man. But anyway, man, she
Wait, did she have a selfie snatchback?
Man, hey Chris, you probably would have been better with me. I couldn't keep up with her, man. We about 30 of the motherfuckers, man. So, because people would give her wigs, man. They would give her stuff, man. And so she was locking, man. And of course I had mine, man. And when she passed, on our anniversary that year, 2022, man, I cut my hair. And
wow, okay.
So we was living at the National Harbor at the time, and so I had decided. I talked to my barber. I said, "Look, man, I'm gonna come in on this day, man. I'll cut my hair, man, and you know, I'm gonna move forward." And when Trey, when they had the viewing for her, man, it's a beautiful picture of her, man. This picture is just absolutely beautiful, man, as she rested that day for the viewing, man. And I wanted everybody to see her in that state and to remember her in that state. I would have never showed her or showed her the way that she was shown on that show, but that's another story,
Let me
man.
say this, man.
What's up, bro?
I got to one of the shows to where, and like I said, I was binge watching it, and got to the point to where they had showed her, you know, in the bed.
Yeah, man.
Because I never seen her sick.
Yeah.
And then I cut it off.
Yeah, man.
For me personally, that was nobody's business.
Yeah,
for
man.
me personally.
I mean, let me say this, man.
Man.
Traci wouldn't. We had a housekeeper, right? And so the way that house was showing, you know, we had a lot of people in and out of our house during that time. You know, medically, family, all that, man. And the house would have been clean, man. The way she was shown, man. I mean, the housekeeper would have, you know, if I would have known that she was being filmed or taped like that, man, it would have been, you know, definitely a better situation, man. But you know, the locks, man, I cut my locks off on the 31st, our anniversary, man. It would have been our 27th anniversary, and I cut them off, and I took them down by the water and I burned him, and I moved on, man, and this is what she would have wanted. I still had some of them.
Yeah.
I kept mine. I kept hers. And I keep them together, along with her ashes. And all I can say is, man, it was a beautiful journey. God blessed me.
Yeah.
He blessed me.
Well, you, my good sister there, said, yeah, I'm not happy about the way my friend was filmed. And certainly, you got a lot of support out there, brother. I always got love for y'all. The Purple Girl support. All right. But she said, I can't watch that new season. I don't blame you, my sister, because you know what? I can't neither. And Brother Edward, he says, thank you. And amen. We thank you, too, for sticking with us and watching. And amen, we happy for you. Continue prayers to you and your family. And let God continue to be a blessing to you, that you might be able to be in a position to help somebody else.
Yes.
My man. My man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, we're not gonna keep you too long, not gonna keep my co-host too long. Look, let me just say this, man. I hope, whatever you do, that you keep your aspirations and hopes alive. Shout out to your son, Kevin Jr. And pray for
my
him.
son, y'all.
Yeah, pray for him. And, because there's still pain, there's still wounds.
Yes.
Wounds aren't always visibly, they're always eternal. Some are internally. And so, man, look, and I want to inspire you and to keep that aspiration of going into ministry. And I know, we're working on, and I'm going to get this done through my school, your aspirations for your honorary doctorate degree. We're going to make that happen. And that's what it's all about. He's a cigar smoker. Tracy was a cigar smoker.
Yes.
She loved the leaf. Tracy loved what we love. She loved riding bikes. She rode with the Queens of Sheba.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Just want to make sure which showed up immensely, and as well as the Sons of Solomon. Shout out to the Sons, and supported, the cause. And so we thank God for the life, not just the life, but the legacy that's left behind, and the inspiration that she was to us all. And so, man, I gotta, shake your hand, brother.
Absolutely, brother.
And
I love you, man. Appreciate you, man.
And this ain't no big format. This right here, he did this, with friends first and foremost.
Yes.
And he came on our, this little old side of town. This little old show on my little small humble bud, when he could be at Fox 5 News or Good Day, Good Day, what is it? Good Day, what is the Good Day DC?
Yeah.
But he saw it fit to come and visit his friend over on this side.
I can't smoke that, bro. I can't smoke that, man. What you talking about?
Man, boy, I bet I'm gonna tell you, and I almost guarantee this. Boy, if Tracy was here today, I guarantee she'd be on that cooking segment.
It's no doubt. It's no doubt. It was coming.
I guarantee you, man.
Big shout out to my man Wisdom Martin and Allison Seymour, man, that they always showed a high level of love, man, reference to her, man. So yeah, big shout out, big shout out.
You was like family to them.
Absolutely, man.
You are family to them.
Yes, great people,
so,
man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great people, man. And I'm just thankful, man, for all the people who've embraced my journey and our journey, man. And I'm thankful, and I'm gonna keep making sure I empower other individuals, man.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what we try to do here. That's what this broadcast is all about. And we appreciate you, man. I got to give you the floor to give us our closing remarks, man.
I want to tell you, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with us, y'all, and support us. Y'all have supported. People don't know the support I've had for these last 2.5 years and plus, and I'm just thankful. And I just send out a big shout out to all the God-fearing people who've prayed for us and who have kept my family and myself as strong as we are. And I thank y'all, and I ask y'all this wholeheartedly: pray for all of my family, and remember that. And I promise you, I'm gonna keep doing things to empower individuals, but that's my purpose, and I'm gonna drive it. To God be the glory.